This Marvel Multiverse event spanning from WandaVision to Spider-Man 3 and Multiverse of Madness is gonna reboot the MCU with its new Avenger lineup with heroes from alternate realities. Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, a new Wolverine, Captain Britain, Squirrel Girl, and, God willing, a cameo by Robert Downey Jr. as an alternate Anthony Stark, Sorcerer Supreme.
All right, everybody. Tonight, it's time to take things very seriously. Welcome back to New Rockstars. Doctor Strange is opening up portals in Spider-Man 3. And who's that peeking through? Why, that's Erik Voss and our other great guests. I am Tommy Bechtold, and this is Rogue Theory, the show that brings you the wildest, nerdy hot takes on the topics you can't stop arguing about. With me today is New Rockstars' own Sorcerer Supreme, Erik Voss. What's up, Erik?
Hi, everybody. I lost my sling ring, so if you can look around in the sand in every beach, and if you could let me know if you find it, I will pay up to $10 for it.
Ah, yes, I love it. Returning guest, writer, Laura Sirikul. Hey, Laura, how are you?
So excited to be here, Uncle Tommy.
We're so happy to have you, my darling niece. And finally, friend of the show, comedian Erik Owusu. What's up, Erik?
Hey, it's Erik Owusu. I'm back again and ready to rogue the roguiest of rogue episode of Rogue Theory. Rogues.
That's right. And this episode, as always, is in honor of Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, who are bravely taking on the Tennessee Titans against all odds later on today, what will be 2 days when this finally airs. The magic of the internet alive before you. Time travel is real, folks. Let's go to the future. Every day brings more crazy news from the set of Spider-Man 3. First, we found out Jamie Foxx was coming back as Electro. Now we hear that Doctor Strange is joining the party. Upcoming Marvel titles like WandaVision and Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, are going to explore the idea of alternate universe versions of the reality we know in the MCU. So, gang, besides Electro getting a reboot, what other existing MCU characters could get rebooted through the use of the multiverse in Spider-Man 3? Erik Voss, let's start with you.
Okay, so I don't know. I think throughout Marvel's rescheduling, it's interesting that it seems like they've reconfigured the release order so that WandaVision is now coming first, right? Mm-hmm. And then Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has now slid back so that it's coming after these other titles. Mm-hmm. I think that was like a blessing in disguise for Marvel, because I think that's exactly how they want it to go. Because now we're also saying how Doctor Strange is going to appear in Spider-Man 3, and we've known that Wanda is going to come back in Multiverse of Madness. It seems like there are these cross thwips that are going on, so that all of this is linked in what is looking like a multi-title crossover event culminating in Multiverse of Madness, beginning with WandaVision. This Marvel Multiverse event spanning from WandaVision to Spider-Man 3 and Multiverse of Madness is going to reboot the MCU with its new Avenger lineup with heroes from alternate realities. Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, a new Wolverine, Captain Britain, Squirrel Girl, and, God willing, a cameo by Robert Downey Jr. as an alternate Anthony Stark, Sorcerer Supreme. I don't think we've ever properly scrutinized how weird Kevin Feige's Phase 4 pitch was at the beginning. Like, characters were being pitched as legacies at the same time that it sounds like most of the main cast is sticking around. So, like, Black Widow appears to be setting up Yelena Belova, right? But the trailer features Natasha saying stuff in direct contradiction to her final chapter talk in Endgame. And then Jane Foster's going to be wielding Mjolnir, but Chris Hemsworth has said that Thor 4 won't be his last movie. And also, Mjolnir's destroyed. How is she wielding it? There's just a lot of these indicators suggesting each of these Phase 4 titles will be set in alternate universes within a multiverse that I believe will be shattered by WandaVision. I believe those universes will web together in Spider-Man 3 in a kind of Spider-Verse crisis that I've talked about in another video, but the real epic convergence will be in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. See, there have been unconfirmed reports suggesting that Ryan Reynolds might be signing a huge deal with Marvel Studios. Even if that's not real, it's probably something that's going to happen in very soon. I also recently swung hard on a theory that Free Guy could secretly be a crossover, revealing that Ryan Reynolds' game avatar is the one identity Noob Master 69, the Fortnite handle. That, I think, is going to be Wade Wilson in the MCU someday. Now, we also keep hearing more and more about rumors that Marvel wants their new Wolverine as a true animalistic anti-hero that he is in the comics. And we've all speculated, from everyone from Taron Egerton to Keanu Reeves playing this character. Some people are saying Shia LaBeouf. I'm not saying that, but others are. There's all kinds of amazing options they could go. Hugh Jackman said he's done with it, but I'm so excited to see what they're going to do with Wolverine. And then also Avengers Endgame gave a little nod to Captain Britain. Remember with Peggy Carter's line where she mentioned someone named Braddock who was delayed by lightning at Camp Lehigh. And yeah, it's sounding more and more likely that a Squirrel Girl title is in development. But the reason I bring up all those characters is they all sound like kind of bonkers weirdos who come from other parts of the multiverse rather than ones that exist in this world currently. So assuming Scarlet Witch is going to be the villain of Multiverse of Madness, like her chaos magic causing all of reality to flicker uncontrollably, the moment Strange successfully confronts her, I think the no more mutants moment will collapse all of reality into one shared universe with all these oddballs from other dimensions all living together. But in the midst of that madness, I'm going to come back to this, I think we have to include at least a small cameo by Robert Downey Jr., even if it's just like his face via archive footage digitally like dragged and dropped onto a CGI body as an alternate reality Sorcerer Supreme, just because Marvel has already rendered that visual of Tony Stark in the Cloak of Levitation in concept art for Infinity War. I think it's time we see it for real in this crossover event.
Yes, Erik. Pretty Ricky Voss throwing his fastball at 99 miles an hour to begin. I love it. I loved every element of that. I felt like I could visualize all of it. You used great use of web puns during your Spider-Man pitch. And of course, who does not want to see Robert Downey Jr. come back, even though we only just lost him one movie ago? And that it's still, from the second that Tony Stark died and they had that funeral scene, I immediately started fantasizing about ways for him to come back. So I won't award you any Rogies because I'm not giving out the Rogies in this episode. To give out the Rogies in this episode will be none other than my childhood bear and terrifying nightmare, Super Teddy, who is missing one eye because he dated Kate Blanchett and she got a little too method when preparing for Thor 3. So she took his eye out. Super Teddy, who believes in truth, justice, and the American way, has awarded you 2 Rogies for your theory. Two Rogies.
Yes.
Yes.
Rogies, nice.
Wow,
All right.
thank you, Super Teddy.
You are welcome. I don't know why he talks like that. Regretted that instantly. We'll see if he has another voice for Laura. Laura, what do you got for me?
Okay, so in Doctor Strange, he's able to go through different multiverses. We all know this. And we all know all the movies have been pushed back.
Yes.
Especially one that we have been waiting for a long time, and that is Black Widow. Poor Black Widow gets killed off in Endgame, only to have her solo movie that we've been waiting for over 10 years for her to have is pushed back again. So, because of the Spider-Man news, and we want to hype up Black Widow because she's been screwed over and over and over and over again, and one more time, over again. So, in order to kind of even that out, we're going to have Black Widow make an appearance to kind of prepare for and what she's owed, and also to kind of prepare for the movies that's coming out, or even after. It comes out before, but it's also to continue the hype. And not only is it Black Widow, it's going to be Yelena's Black Widow. Because, okay, we know Natasha died, and Yelena is none other than the world's national treasure, like the world treasure,
Yes.
what's the international treasure, Florence Pugh.
Oh,
So everyone's gonna love her, and even she said, "You will see more of Yelena if the movie is done well. If the movie, everyone loves her in the movie, which we will because it's Florence Pugh.
Right.
So therefore, they're gonna have a continuation of her in Spider-Man, just so we could get the hype going. Because we have Black Widow, yes, the movie, and then I predict in the end she's gonna join the Avengers anyway.
Ooh,
like at the end
yeah,
of,
sure.
of Black Widow, like she's gonna be like, I heard my sister died. I can't do a Russian accent, but she says that she'll come in there. So in order to kind of do that, he'll open, like, Doctor Strange is gonna present her as well as the Black Widow because time has gone by. So we get to see her be introduced as the new Black Widow in the Avengers, because in the end of Black Widow we see her, like, we'll see her come in as come in to find her sister, and then in Spider-Man we'll introduce her as Black Widow. So that's my theory, that we're gonna have, like, go on and, like, have her be the new face. So we have her introduced in Black Widow the movie, Spider-Man, Yelena as Black Widow.
I love it.
Love
Nice.
it.
Wonderful. Yes, I am on board with that as well. I believe you are right. International, I'll say galactic treasure, Florence Pugh. How am I saying that right? Florence Pugh?
I have no idea how to say her last name.
Florence
I've been saying Pug
Pugh.
this whole time, so
Florence
you're just confused
Pugh. Florence Pugh, Pew, Pew, Pew. Florence Pugh. Yeah, lock her down for like 9 movies. She's great. Laura, I was set to give you 2 Rogies, but Super Teddy says Russian accents make him scared because he's very xenophobic. So he's only giving you 1 Rogie for your theory.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Is it converting to something or no?
I forgot to do that for Eric, and in the interest of shaming him, yeah, it can turn into whatever you want.
Oh, good. Look, you gave me a boot, but not only a boot. It's a boot that has Iron Man in it.
An Iron Man boot.
Really?
Wow.
I think that pun deserves another one, but yeah.
That's a wishing boot right there. Boot that keeps giving year round.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, Eric Owusu, you're going to bring us home. What do you got?
Yeah, here I come.
Yes.
Okay, so here's my rogue theory. My rogue theory involves one of Hollywood's most notorious rogues ever, none other than Nicolas Cage.
What?
I think that the MCU will incorporate Nicolas Cage, beloved thespian,
Yes.
and have him reprise his role as Ghost Rider. I think he's gonna ride that fiery motorcycle right into the MCU
Yes.
via WandaVision, because in the comic books, Ghost Rider, the one we're most familiar with is a guy named Johnny Blaze,
Yeah.
who Nicolas Cage played in the beloved, we'll call them beloved movies back in the day. He was given his powers by Mephisto, who's a wizard demon type person. Johnny Blaze had to sacrifice himself to save his father. In the comic books, made a deal with the devil, bonded his soul with the demon through Mephisto to become fire skull-headed Ghost Rider.
Tale as
And
old as
we-
time, yeah.
Yep,
Tale as
right
old
next
as time.
right next to the Garden of Eden and creation. So,
Yeah.
Mephisto is rumored to be part of WandaVision as maybe a villain or enter the MCU in some place, way, shape, or form coming up, and is probably going to be played by Evan Peters, who played Quicksilver in Fox's X-Men movies. So, Mephisto will probably come into there. So, Ghost Rider will have some sort of conflict, some sort of mystical, magical, hand-waving, spell-casting battle with Doctor Strange and WandaVision and whatever other mystics they want to throw into the mix, because everything's insane. Everyone's being introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
So, Ghost Rider's coming in. I think it's going to be Nicolas Cage, or I'm hoping. I'm saying it out loud so that the execs that watch this show can pick that and make it happen. And I think in terms of connecting it with Spider-Man 3 and all the insanity and Spider-Verse characters we'll see come back into this live-action version we'll probably be doing with Tom Holland, I think that Spider-Man Noir is going to be one of the many Spider-Mans that are going to be in the next Spider-Man movie.
Whoa.
So at some point, I think Ghost Rider, played by Nicolas Cage, and Spider-Man Noir, also played by Nicolas Cage, are going to have a face-off.
What?
Scream at each other. Scream at each other.
Shut it down.
In some way, shape, or form in the MCU coming up. Maybe on WandaVision, maybe Spider-Man 3. We'll see. We'll find out. But that's my rogue theory. We're gonna have Nick Cage play Ghost Rider and Spider-Man Noir.
Wow.
Love it.
Big swing. 1 Cage is enough. 2 Cages is an embarrassment of riches. We're getting Johnny Blaze and Spider Noir. Well, for me, personally, I'd give you 1,000,000 Rogies, but let's see what Super Teddy has to say.
Come on, Super Teddy.
What's that? Oh, Super Teddy says he's a big Nicolas Cage fan, and he's giving you 3 Rogies.
3 whole Rogies. Oh, thanks. Okay,
Give
cool.
me all the Rogies. Yes, if Nicolas Cage appears even once, I will be delighted. But if he appears twice as 2 different characters, and those characters talk to each other, I don't know what I'll do. You'll have to lock me in a vault for a few weeks so I can cool down. But just give me lots of Gatorades.
I'll be right in there with you.
Would you say that he's a natural treasure?
Oh, God!
He is. Oh,
How dare you! All right.
City of Angels.
It's gotta be hotter than Arizona when you see Nick Cage.
Get out of here. All right. Okay. Gone in 60 seconds. Speaking of, let's pay some bills, guys. I want to talk to you about Jingle, Jangle, Jingle, Jangle. I'm not singing a song. You can't sue me for public usage. This song doesn't exist. The holiday season is right around the corner. And this year, we know that people will be buying more stuff online than ever. It's Amazon Prime Day today, for crying out loud. I've already worked up a sweat with my thumbs, more so than usual on a Tuesday. Anyway, if you're an e-commerce seller, are you ready to meet the demands of a record-breaking online shopping season? I bet you're not, coward. So listen to me, and I will lead you to the promised land. Be ready with ShipStation. ShipStation helps online sellers of any size get orders out quickly, save money on shipping, and keep customers happy. And as I always say on this show, Eric, you can back me up on this, a happy customer is a returning customer, and a sad customer is someone who shops at Walmart. They'll get you the shipping rates normally reserved for Fortune 500 companies. We're talking the big ones. We're talking FarmersOnly.com. We're talking Rally's Fast Food. The big wigs, all of the big earners, people that have been succeeding forever. We're talking GNC Supplement Company, Hertz Rent-A-Car, famously out of business this year, but they get the shipping rates. Okay, you want to play like Hertz? You want to bat with the big boys? Use ShipStation. It's the fastest, easiest, most affordable way to manage and ship your orders. Just a few clicks and you'll be managing your orders and getting your product to happy customers, which, as we know, means they will come back to you. If you love a customer, make them happy. If they come back to you, they're yours. If they don't, they're idiots, okay? ShipStation works with all major carriers, and their interface brings the products together, whether you're selling them on Etsy, Amazon, or your own website. I personally have a website, Tommy's Slugs and Bugs, where I will ship you exotic animals illegally anywhere in the United States. ShipStation is the #1 choice of online sellers. You'll ship more in less time with the best rates available. And now, Rogue Theory listeners can try ShipStation free for 60 days when you use the offer code ROGUE. Make sure your business is ready to meet the demands of a massive online shopping season. Get started at ShipStation.com today. Click on that little microphone at the top of the homepage and type in ROGUE. That's ShipStation.com. Then enter the offer code ROGUE. ShipStation.com. Make ship happen.
Ship happen.
You ship heads.
That's some hot ship right there.
Now it's time to talk about something near and dear to my heart. Your balls, folks. Listen up, fellas, because today we have a new Manscaped product alert. Manscaped just released the Weed Whacker nose and ear trimmer, which is very counterintuitive to how I began this, because we're not talking about balls today. We're talking about noses and ears. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, all important to shave, but none more so than your nose and ears. Take a look in the mirror, and I guarantee you'll see hairs sticking out of those holes, you sickos. It's time to keep your ear and nose hair looking as good as the other clean-shaven parts of your body. Think about me. I'm like a baby newborn seal. It's all clear down there, guys. Some would even say translucent. Some women have said, how are you so pale? As a bearded and mustachioed gentleman, I like facial hair. But I don't want that facial hair to continue up past the lip limit into my nostrils. 79% of partners polled say that long nose hair is a major turnoff. And guess what? The other 21 are lying because their long-haired nosed boyfriends are sensitive and they don't want to hurt their feelings. Because that's a 100% issue, guys. We are bipartisan in nose hair being gross. And I'm not ready to pull those bad boys out for hand. Life is painful enough already. Have you ever accidentally plucked a nose hair? It almost hurts worse than getting kicked in the other place your manscaper works. Manscaped is forever changing the grooming game with their Weed Whacker. The nose and ear trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. All your holes should never be snagged or tugged, guys. If someone's tugging at a hole of yours, don't be their friend. Don't bring them over to your house anymore. Don't do improv with them, and certainly don't be in a relationship with them. No one tugs a hole if they love you, okay? The Manscaped Weed Whacker uses 9,000 RPMs, 360-degree rotary dual-blade system with a contour design to enhance the trimming experience. I have said for years, my trimming experience needed enhancements. Why is my trimming experience so mundane? Why is it so boring? The people at Manscaped have answered my prayers. It's waterproof, so it's easy to use and clean, and it has a rechargeable battery that lasts up to 90 minutes. And I would like to reiterate, if you are trimming your nose or ears for 90 minutes, there is something wrong with your body. It should probably take 10 to 15 maximum. It's time to upgrade your Manscaped routine with the Weed Whacker. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code ROGUETHEORY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code Rogue Theory. What are you waiting for? Go whack those weeds.
Whack your weeds.
Go whack your weeds. Yeah, let's get wacky. And finally, let's talk about something that's never been a problem for me, but boy, oh boy, is it a problem for some of our listeners. Just kidding. This episode is also sponsored by BlueChew, something that has saved my life, and if I was married, would definitely be necessary. Like Billy Butcher reconnecting with Becca in the back of an SUV, we could all use better sex in our lives right now. I'll tell you what, is that true? Or any sex? Well, now you can increase your performance and get the extra confidence in bed, and God knows, do I need it. I am so shy in bed. I'll tell you what, I'm like a little daffodil, just in need of blooming. BlueChew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. So if you're big enough to have sex, but still a scared little boy about pills, you can chew this one. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. Eat a rack of ribs and then take a BlueChew. Roll the dice with that. God knows what a fun evening that'll be. So you can be ready whenever an opportunity arises. BlueChew is made in the USA. It's prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor or wait in line or go see some guy in an alleyway who promises to get you hard, no questions asked, because that is never fun, guys. See a medical professional. It's even cheaper than a pharmacy, and they prepare and ship it right to you in a discreet package, but as I say, I wish they would ship it in an indiscreet package. A howler from the Harry Potter universe announcing, boner alert! Boner alert! This boy about to get sprunged. Okay, no awkwardness, and you don't need to leave the house. If you could benefit from more confidence where it counts, and I bet you can, Jeremy, BlueChew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code ROGUE. Just pay $5 shipping. Again, that's BLUE Chew.com, promo code ROGUE to try it for free. BlueChew is the better, cheaper choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the show. And remember, when you support our sponsors, you help make this podcast possible. So please be sure to use our promo code ROGUE at BlueChew.com.
BlueChew.com.
Eric, remember, let's say the BlueChew phrase together.
We're
BlueChew.
Beastie Boy in it.
It's hard in here. Okay, guys, now it's time for our Discord Rogue Theory. Quick shout out to our patron Kenzie, aka Galactic Gal, who won this week's Discord Rogue Theory with an awesome pitch for a Shirley Chisholm biopic starring Lupita Nyong'o. Yes, on the new Rockstars Discord, we have people pitch Rogue Theories for historical biopics starring MCU actors. We love it. If you need the world to hear your idea for a Jeremy Renner as William Henry Harrison movie, become a patron by going to patreon.com/newrockstars. Speaking of creatively reimagining American history, let's move on to topic number 2. The Boys Season 3, Soldier Boy. That's what we're talking here, guys. The Boys Season 2 just wrapped up on Amazon Prime last week. Spoiler warning, if you haven't finished it yet, Erik Voss and I covered the season episode by episode on The Boys Underground with our friend Marina Mastros here on the channel. So go check that out. But showrunner Eric Kripke has said some really interesting quotes that have us buzzing. You hear that, Swatto? Buzzing about Season 3. I'm going to get Swatto in this show, whether we have to write him in ourselves in fan films or just justify that fly that keeps landing on edible arrangements in the show. All right. So he has said that the recently cast Jensen Ackles will be playing the comics character Soldier Boy. In the comics, Soldier Boy was a Captain America ripoff that desperately wanted to be a member of the Seven, though Kripke has said that the show version and the team he leads Payback were the Seven before the Seven in the TV universe. So my question for you three, knowing that the show often makes big changes to comic characters to fit better into its universe, what is the Season 3 version of Soldier Boy going to be like, and how will he impact the Seven and the Boys? Eric, Owusu, why don't you go first?
Hey, here we go. So, with Season 3 of The Boys, which I'm still reeling from the end of Season 2 of The Boys, my head exploded with that ending. See what happened with Representative Newman. So I think this iteration of Soldier Boy, played by Jensen Ackles, will be a superhero who's fame-hungry, but also steals Homelander's spotlight as the all-American friendly superhero. Because Soldier Boy in the comics is pretty much like a pseudo Captain America. He's like rah, 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 valor, honor, justice, talks with the 40s twang in his diction. And so since he's such a Boy Scout, I think he will favor Victoria Newman, being all about the government and America over Vought. I think he will be so disillusioned and so easily controlled by Vought that he'll lean more towards Victoria Newman, and Newman will favor working with him to try to use him as a puppet, to try to get more into Vaught's inner workings and to get on Homelander's nerves, which is real easy to do because he's very easily manipulated because he's a giant, dangerous child super baby. So I think that'll be the main thing of season 3. They'll use Soldier Boy as like a chess piece against each other, Newman and Homelander. And the audience will be on pins and needles the whole time, waiting on someone's head to go pop like a birthday balloon.
Yes, love it. I very much enjoy having a kind of like kiss-assy, try to curry favor. I also think there's going to be a huge opening if Homelander is acting very erratically, as we kind of saw towards the end of the season, for someone to kind of step in. If he makes a bunch of high-profile faux pas, for someone to kind of step in and steal his thunder. So since we are in such agreement, and Super Teddy, who is also a Homelander wannabe, loved that theory, he has decided to award you 2 Rogies.
2 whole Rogies.
Yes,
Oh,
2.
yeah.
2 Rogies. All right, who's going next? Voss, what do you got?
All right, so when we were talking about the season finale, I pointed out how Homelander's son Ryan, you know, how he's listing U.S. states to calm himself, and we were talking about how that's pretty similar to the way Soldier Boy in the comics lists U.S. states as a kind of battle cry when he's like mid-battle. I think there might be a link there. So Homelander never knew his father, right? That keeps coming up. We've explored his mommy issues, haven't really explored his daddy issues. I'm wondering if the genetic material that was used to create Homelander might have come from Soldier Boy, and if he is a Captain America analog, he might have been cryogenically frozen from the World War II era. He could be another ageless soup like Liberty, who became Stormfront was, but like because the Americans are trying to copy the German technology and Vought hadn't really maybe been behind that version of Soldier Boy's creation. Maybe he was like a malfunctioning one, so he's not as efficient as Stormfront is. So maybe we're exploring this family tree of Soldier Boy and Homelander and Ryan, maybe each generation designed to check the power of the former. And I can imagine like Homelander and Soldier Boy getting along great at first, you know, playing some catch. But like I would want to see that that cryogenic flaw starting to break down his body, and he's like decomposing disgustingly. He's just like coughing up organs and stuff. And maybe he devises this plot to like try to harvest organs from Homelander and Ryan in order to, like in the Mummy, to kind of plug back into his body so that he can be immortal. I just want to see it start out as something sweet that like Homelander feels like finally he's cured because he has his father figure that he never had, but then like everything else in his world, it disappoints him as it turns on him, and then it just makes it worse.
Straight to shit. Yes.
Yeah.
I love it, Eric, for reminding me that there's no better superhero than a soupsicle who's been frozen in time, and also for making me think of the classic Mel Gibson banger Forever Young, where he plays a man frozen who gets unfrozen and then begins to rapidly age and fall apart. Both I and Super Teddy award you 3 Rogies.
Oh, 3 Rogies. I'll be enjoying those in the form of cocktails that I'll drink while I watch Mel Gibson steal a government plane and fly to an island and turn into an old man who probably croaks right as the credits are finished.
Yes, absolutely.
Is he Santa Claus in that one?
Yes, he will soon be seen as Santa Claus. Good call, Laura. Speaking of good calls, what is your theory?
Okay. So we know Soldier Boy. He's mentioned and shown in The Boys in the last season. So what I'm using evidence from quotes from Kripke. So in the comments, he's mostly a bubbling and subservient as to Homelander. So they're writing him to be more like John Wayne. John Wayne, he's one of those guys, and like he also says, he's one of those guys that's been around for decades of Voight's history, and he was Homelander before Homelander. So he's from a different era. But he's got the ego and ambition, but it comes across a different way because he's from a different time. So if you know how John Wayne, even though he's like a acting legend, he also is a guy who believes in white supremacy.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah, so we kind of, if they are willing to go far with Stormfront being a Nazi racist person, I wouldn't be surprised that they get Soldier Boy to be a Proud Boy MAGA guy, where he's willing to move, like Crippy is willing to write this level. So I feel like we're gonna see a MAGA Proud Boy kind of guy who's like he's cool with black people or an Asian as long as they stay in their place. So I feel like, and I don't think he's gonna kill them and all that stuff like Stormfront was like racist. He's just believes in white people being better. So so I feel like he's gonna be a less extreme, like he's still horrible, but like like less than like Stormfront of killing them. So I feel like he's gonna be sexist because that's the era of that time, and he's gonna be racist. And that's the era of the time too. So I feel like we're gonna see him get along with everyone, like haha, like oh cool, like Homelander, but we're gonna see him kind of be dominant and be like, a Proud Boy and MAGA. I feel like we're gonna see that kind of relationship that he has with Homelander, where Homelander is gonna be like, oh, I'm jealous, but also they're gonna be buddies, but it's gonna end up badly.
Well, I will say for me and for Super Teddy, you hit the nail on the head, is that this show does a great job of kind of ripping cultural and newsworthy events and headlines and repurposing them through the eyes of this superhero corporation. So both Super Teddy and I award you 3 Rogies for your theory.
Thank you. And the Rogie came out to be a fly. The fly from The Boys.
Swatto.
Wait, is it also the fly on Mike Pence? Because look, it has a Biden
a politicized fly. That's gonna go bad in the comments, folks. Cue people being like, I liked this show till the fly came out. Anyway, I don't care. So, pretty close matchup here, and that will bring us to the Rogue question, which will decide our winner today. And it's a banger, guys. This question is going to straight up draw the performances out of 3 of my favorite performers. Giant theater chain AMC has said that they expect to run out of money by the end of the year, which is sad for movie fans and really sad that we've done nothing to help them. Can you give a voiceover in the style of the 90s movie trailer voice Don LaFontaine in a world for the disaster movie that is 2020?
Okay. In a world where wearing a mask literally makes you a superhero and not wearing one makes you a conspiracy theorist, tides will turn, danger will heighten, and the ending can only be described as a blindfolded crapshoot. 2020. This decade can't get any worse. Or can it? Hell yeah, it can.
Oh, God. Oh, God, that's so sad but true. Great job.
In a world when the worst virus to hit the planet in a century forces everyone to stay home, who is the worst victim? AMC cinemas. Families are realizing they can save a fortune staying in Friday nights to stream movies in their homes. They can buy candy and popcorns from a grocery store. They don't have to the assholes who were born after 9/11 to just wait 90 minutes to refresh their Instagrams so they could find 0 notifications anyway, you sons of bitches. Well, they don't have to worry about that anymore, putting us in an apocalypse. And in this doomsday scenario, who will rise? I know. Octogenarian, wine cellar, and director of Robin Williams' Jack, Francis Ford Coppola. He and his buddy Marty Scorsese are America's last hope to save cinema from the Jokers and the Iron Boys. They're kicking open the doors of Congress, wearing no masks, and they're demanding a bailout, baby. AOC wants to tack on a COVID relief package amendment. Wine burp. Ugh. Jim Jordan wants to wrestle you.
Sir, this is an Arby's.
I'm almost done. I'm not finished because Jim Jordan wants to wrestle you in a bathroom all alone. Look out, here comes slow-moving Irishman Bobby De Niro tapping in. His body's 30, but his mind's 90, and he's got nipples, Greg. You want to milk him? 2020 Endgame. All games are ending, but it's cinema.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Good Lord.
I don't know if I can. Okay.
Did I go too long?
No, that was perfect.
Okay, here's my deep Sade voice.
All right.
Okay. In a world where terrorism knows no boundaries and the level of threat knows no limits, where all your favorite movies are pushed back or on streaming now to die, and you can't eat inside your favorite restaurant or see your friend that just hung out at the beach, where fear has a name and a beer company is pretty pissed off about it. The coronavirus. A mask coming soon to a face near you. 2020. No, it's been pushed back. Probably 2021 or 2022. Whenever the vaccine comes out.
Oh my God. All three of you did a fantastic job. That was great. But for the sheer packing in of references like a Kevin Smith movie, I have to give Erik Voss the win today. Erik, you are our winner.
Yeah. I win. Boy King wins.
Mine has a title page though.
Oh!
Boom! Props.
Oh, that was great. Great job. Erik, as our winner, you do get to request or wish one thing into the universe. What will it be?
I just want all of us to just all together let out our existential wails of despair. Just let it all out. Everything that you've been bottling up inside, everything that you're feeling, just scream it out into the cosmos. Everyone ready?
Right.
3, 2, do it at home. 2, 1. I feel so much better, and I love doing it with all of you.
That's great. That's it for this episode of Rogue Theory. Thank you to our guests, Laura, Erik, and Erik. You were all wonderful. Don't forget to subscribe to the Rogue Theory podcast feed, and stay tuned to the YouTube channel for this and other shows. Follow these fine people at their handles. Follow us on Twitter at New Rockstars. You follow your boy anywhere he goes because he will lead you to the promised land. Let's go, Buffalo. Josh Allen all the way. Woo!
You're either gonna be really happy when this video comes out, or really sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be eating these words. That's for sure.